guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is another K-pop album shelf tour. So I first posted a K-pop shelf tour a few months ago. I think it was filmed in May of 2021, and it was just a tour showing all my albums and how I had my K-pop shelves laid out in my flat where I lived for university. Since then, I have graduated university, moved back into my parents' house, bought new bookcases, gotten a lot more albums, and have a whole new shelf layout. So I figured I would do an updated tour of my shelves because they are very different now, sort of. Some of it is pretty much the same, but it's now consisting of more shelves than before, and yeah, it's much fancier than it was. So I thought I'd give an updated one because of that. Also because these shelves are now going to be untouched for probably about 2 years, potentially longer, depending. Basically, I am moving to South Korea in a couple months in February. It is December right now, and I'm hopefully moving in February, so long as the new COVID variant doesn't mess things up. But if everything goes to plan, I'm going to be moving to Seoul in February, which is slightly terrifying. But of course, I cannot take like my collection with me when I move, and I don't plan on taking anything. The only things I'm planning on taking are my 80s and Stray Kid light sticks, just in case I go to any concerts. But other than that, everything else is staying here. So I figured I would just do a tour of my shelves, because otherwise I won't be able to do one for like 2 years. So I'm gonna be going through my shelves. Hopefully you find it entertaining. You might notice I don't actually have that many new albums, because shortly after I filmed the last tour I put my collection on hold, and I haven't been actively collecting K-pop albums or photo cards for the past few months, simply because I've known that I'm gonna be moving to Korea. So like there's no point in cashing out on albums from the UK when it's really expensive to buy them here, and I can just wait until I'm in Korea and get it way cheaper without having to pay loads for shipping. And also I need to save money to move to South Korea. So I put collecting on hold. I have still ended up buying a bunch of albums, so there are new additions here, but I don't have like a lot of new releases from the past few months, and that's because I've, put off buying them so that I can buy it when I'm in Korea. I think that's everything I need to let you know. Let's go ahead and I'll show you my K-pop shelf. So before I moved back from university, I didn't actually have this bookcase here. I had like a sofa bed, and that was basically what was in this section of my room. The only bookcases I had were that one, that tiny one, and that one up there. I did have like a shelf on the wall here, which is where I put my albums, but upon moving home from university I realized I very much did not have enough space for all of my stuff, not just my albums but all my other stuff that I had gotten over the past 3 years of living at uni. So I invested in these bookcases from IKEA, which I bought and I built, and I was able to unpack and sort all my stuff. And these are the K-pop shelves, so I will talk you through them. If people want like a full bookcase or room tour with like all of these bookcases, then I can definitely do that. Just let me know in the comments. But today we're just gonna look at the K-pop stuff. So I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up. So down here we have the BTS shelf, and then this little shelf here is all of my photo card binders. Then here's the NCT shelf. Here we have Blackpink and TXT. We have Wavy up here because I couldn't fit all of the NCT units on this shelf, so I put Wavy here because then they can go next to the Lawsuit line, Luhan and Tao, whose albums I have. So this is like the little C-pop section, and then here we've got EXO, and then on this side we've got Alexa plus one aespa album, and then up here we've got Day 6 and ATEEZ, and then here we've got TO1, and then this shelf is the Super M shelf. This one is the ARC / Khan / Chon Minju shelf, and then there's just one ITZY album thrown in there. And then both of these shelves up here are the Stray Kid shelves, because I have so much Stray Kid stuff that they needed 2 shelves to themselves, and that is the overall layout. But let's go into more detail. So my photo card binder shelf, in these like files here I've got top loaders and spare cards and things for packing photo cards when I sell or trade them. This is like my spare sheets that go in the photo card binders for the photo cards. This is my spares photo card binder, which if you've seen my first K-pop collection photo card video, this was originally the binder I put all of my photo cards in, but since then I now have too many photo cards, so they've had to be moved into these 4 binders, and this one I put all my spares in, so any photo cards I need to sell or trade go in here, which I have a lot of. And then this is my Super M collection. This binder is for like basically all of the group photo cards that I have that aren't groups. I collect beyond what I get in albums. So basically I collect Taeyong photo cards and I collect Stray Kid photo cards. So this is the NCT/Taeyong collection. This is the Stray Kids collection. And then every other group, their photo cards go in here because I don't like buy extra photo cards for those groups. I just have what I get in albums, but I keep them in this binder so they are safe. Then if we move across, we have the BTS shelf. So I'll start over here. So we've got Map of the Soul 7, the special edition of School Love Affair, Young Forever, both versions of The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, BTS World, both versions of B, Map of the Soul Persona, You Never Walk Alone, all three Love Yourselves, School Love Affair, the Wembley Concert London DVD, the Notes book thingy, Dark and Wild, Oi Are You Late To, Too Cool for School, and Wings. I only have like one version of each album with the exception of School Love Affair and B. Then over here we've got the non-album stuff. So this is my Lightstick version 3 that I got at the Love Yourself tour. This is my bootleg BT21 headset that I bought to wear at the Wembley concert. This is my BTS and BT Cosmetics hand cream box set thingy, the Love Yourself tour program book thing, and Learn Korean with BTS. And that is all of BTS. And if we come over here, this is the Blackpink and TXT shell. TXT, I just have the Dream Chapter Star, the Dream Chapter Magic, and the Dream Chapter Eternity. And then Blackpink, I just have their Lightstick, which I got at their concert in London. And then I have the signed Rosé album thingy that also came with a cassette, which is there. Then over here we have the NCT shelf, which has so much stuff on it. It is kind of ridiculous how much is on this shelf. So I'll start over here. It's basically NCT 127 on this side and then just overall NCT over on this side. I haven't been able to get any NCT Dream albums yet. I definitely plan on collecting their albums, but I haven't got any of them just yet. So over here we have Regular, Irregular, Limitless, Superhuman, both the Neo-Zoned, the final round. We've got Sticker, and then we've got the Let's Shut Up and Dance collab thing that they did with Lay from EXO and Jason Derulo. And then these are like the CDs that came in their Japanese albums for Loveholic. This here is a little cuddly bunny that my sister got me. It's the same one Taeyong has, but he's got like the massive one, but my sister got like a little mini version. Here, these are just bows that come on products from the Nature Republic store that I bought that did a collab with NCT, so I just kind of put them on that shelf because why not. This is the Taeyong standee that comes with, I think, the Loveholic album that I got. And then back here we have Taeyong's Awaken album, one of their Japanese ones. Behind that we have my Neozone Taeyong keyring, and then we have one of the Loveholic albums, which is ridiculously big, so it sits back there. It's literally A3 size. It's the biggest album I own, but it is very, very cool. So that sits back there. Then over here, I've got the Neozone Final Round Kinho, the Superhuman Kinho. Then I've got the rainbow version of Empathy. It's not actually called the rainbow version, but I think it's called Reality version, or is that one the dream version? I don't know which is which. I think that might be the dream version, but I've got that one. And then over here, I've got the Neo City Tour Bus. And then behind that is a J-Chun Nature Republic fan, which I got from the Nature Republic store. And then behind that is all of my NCT 2020 albums and my NCT 2020 kinos. You may notice as I go through my shelves, I do have quite a few duplicates of some things, such as the NCT 2020, and I will be selling a lot of my duplicate albums along with a lot of spare photo cards that I have. The link to my K-pop sales accounts on both Twitter and Instagram will be in the description, so if you're interested in either trading or buying any of the things that I have that potentially will be up for sale or trade, then check out those accounts, and you might see an album that you would like and you can buy it off me. Yes. This shelf, so this was just the Alexa shelf, but because I bought one aespa album and I didn't know where else to put it, that has ended up on here. So I've just got the aespa Savage album, and then we've got Alexa Reviver, and then these are my Revolution albums. I bought that one to enter into a fan sign. I won the fan sign, so I got this signed album by Alexa, and this is also a Polaroid which she also signed and drew some hearts on. Then over here we have the EXO and the C-pop shelf. For EXO, I've got Baekhyun's Solo Delight album. We've got XOXO. This one is also XOXO, I think, but a different version. I'm not sure. Then I've got Obsession. Then this is the winter special. Then we've got Love Shot, Tempo, Mama, XO-M version, and then the XO-M version of Overdose. And this is another Christmas album. Is that one Miracles in December? I can't remember which is which, but yeah. And then this is the War, The Power of Music album up on display because I absolutely adore the cover of this album. It is stunning. Then we move to the C-pop section. So in here we have the Lawsuit line, so the members who used to be in EXO and then went on to have solo careers in China. We've got Luhan's Reload album, and then behind that we've got Z-Tao Adore, and then at the very back we've got Z-Tao The Road, and this is a photo book from the film. I think 20 Again is the English translation. I think there's a couple ways to translate it, but 20 Again is a movie that Luhan starred in, and this is like a photo book with screenshots from that album which Luhan is in. And then this merges into the NCT C-pop unit WayV. I've got both versions of Awake in the World. I've got the Take Over the Moon sequel, which you could see in there. I've got one version of Kickback. I've got the original Take Over the Moon and then Take Off down there. And that's all the WayV stuff I have so far. Then if we come up to this small shelf, this is the TO1 shelf. So I have a lot of copies of Reborn because I entered some fan signs which I didn't win. I will probably be selling all 4 of these albums here because they're just plain copies of the TO1 album Reborn. But then I have these 2 copies which are mine, which I got from M-Wave, so it's signed by all 10 members. This one is also signed by all 10 members, and at the back is their Running Together album, also from M-Wave and signed by all 10 members, and that is the TO1 shelf. Then we move over to ATs. So behind this here I've got all my albums. So I've got like 1 of each version of the Fever albums. I've got 2 of this one. That is the first anniversary edition of I think their first album, and then I've also got the Action to Answer album here. And then at the front is the photo book from one of these 2 albums, which I won in a fan sign that's signed by 7 of the members. It was when Mingi was on hiatus, so unfortunately I don't have his signature on it, but I have all of the other members, which is very, very, very cool. And then here I've got my ATs light stick. We then have my Day 6 section. I've got the Book of Us Gravity. I've got both versions of the Book of Us The Demon. This is the Day 6 First World Tour DVD. Then I've got Day 6 Daydream, and then we've got the Book of Us Entropy, which I got at their Gravity tour with my VIP ticket. It came with an album signed by all 5 members, which is very, very cool. And then here is the Book of Us Glue On, which is the subunit album, and I got this from M-Wave, signed by all 3 of the members in the subunit. And then at the front here we've got my Day 6 wristband. I think the box for it, is behind this album here. And then I've got the Day 6 World Tour in Europe, and this was my wristband for the Gravity tour. And that is those shelves. Then up here we have like the ARC shelf, as I call it. I don't actually have the ARC's album, but it's basically anything to do with any of the girls who were in that group because I absolutely adored them. So these are the promo albums I managed to get a hold of. This is Khan's I'm Your Girl promo album signed by Yoona and Minju, and then this is John Minju's promo album for her single Goodbye Rain, which is also signed by Minju. It's like one of my favorite songs in the entire world of all time ever. This is my most prized possession, this album right here. I absolutely adore the song. I absolutely adore Minju, and to have a signed copy of the promo album is like a crazy big deal. Those are probably my favorite things in my whole collection. And then here I've got ITZY's Guess Who album, just because I didn't have anywhere else to put it on my bookcases, so it's there for now. Then if we move across, we have the Supreme shelf. So here is actually my diploma from university. It is my Bachelor of Arts degree. I needed to put it somewhere safe where it wouldn't get damaged or lost, so I keep it with my Supreme stuff because it is safe here. So that is there because why not? Then we have my Super One concept book. We have a signed poster by Taeyong. Behind that, we have a ridiculous number of Super One albums because I bought one of all 7 copies, like versions, and then I also won 2 in a giveaway, which is why I have so many. And then in front of that, I've got my Super M tour wristband that I got at their concert in London, and then I've got some key rings. I won that one in a giveaway that came with the Super M Marvel box that I got. And behind that is their first album. So I've got all 8 versions of the American press, and then I have 6 out of 7 or 8 versions of the Korean press. Then next we have my Super M light stick, which I got at their concert. Next to it is a Super One bottle, which I won in a giveaway. We've got a signed Baekhyun poster. Here is like the sets for the posters that these came in, because there's more posters in there, but I only have the signed ones on display. I do actually have a spare Taeyong one, which I will probably sell, which includes the signed copy of a poster, so look out for that on my account if you want to buy it. And then this is the Super M and Marvel collab box that I have. I got like some t-shirts and a bunch of different things in there, and then underneath we've got the Super M Beyond Live brochure, and underneath that I've got Tiger Inside coloring prints or something. I don't know, I just kind of went crazy with all the Super M merch and bought way too much, but yeah, that is all the Super M stuff. Then finally up here we have the Stray Kids. I'll show you what's visible and then I'll take that off and show you what is behind. If we start over here, basically these are all my signed copies of the albums. For some of their comebacks, Stray Kids released their albums on M-Wave, where you could buy the album and the photo book would be signed by a random member. I'm trying to collect all 8. I have 6 out of 8 members so far, but their most recent comebacks, they haven't put the albums on M-Wave, which is very worrying, because if they never do M-Wave again, I have no idea how I'm going to finish my collection, and it's going to stress me out if I have to leave this signature collection unfinished. Like, please, I need Lino and Hyunjin's signatures. Anyone, please, I need them. But anyway, here we've got my in-life photo book. We've got IN's signature, we've got Han's signature. This is my Wolf-chan Skazoo plushie. Then here are Go Live photo books, and we've got Changbin, Felix, Bang-chan, and Seungmin. And then at the end is my Stray Kids light stick, another one that I bought in a store instead of at a concert. And I'll quickly take those off so you can see what's behind. So this is what is behind the signed photo books. We have the limited version of their No Easy album. I didn't buy the normal version because I'm waiting until I'm in Korea to get that, but because the limited one is obviously limited, I did get that one, and I've ended up with 4 copies somehow. I think I originally bought 2 in the pre-order, but I've ended up with 2 more. Then these are my spare in-life albums, so I actually have a lot of in-life albums because I entered a fan sign, and these are spare ones that I have yet to sell, but they are for sale, so if you want those, check out my sale account. And then over here is my main collection. So we've got both versions of I Am Not, we've got mixtape, I Am You, Miro, Yellowwood, 2 copies of Levanta, then we've got 1 of each version of Go Life plus an extra one of these, and we've got 2 lots of each version of In Life, and then 1 limited version of In Life. Then here we have their season's greetings for 2021, and then in front of it is the packaging that my Stray Kids AirPods Pro case came in. But obviously the actual case is on my AirPods, but I keep the packaging up here. And then it's just the box for the light stick. And yeah. Then the only other thing is this thing in the middle. It's just a hook, and this like streamer thing is from the Day 6 concert, the first one I went to, which was their youth tour. This was blasted out into the audience and I managed to take some home. So that is from the Day 6 concert, the first one that they did in London. I didn't get any streamers from the second one. And then this is the Super M and Marvel lanyard that came with the box that I got that hangs up there. And yeah, that is my K-pop shelves. There's all the signed stuff. I can't be bothered to put it back up for the outro. But yeah, that is everything. I hope you found this interesting. Who knows what my collection's gonna look like in a few years' time. I'm not entirely sure how much I'm gonna end up buying when I'm in Korea, because I'm not going there for K-pop. I'm going there for work. So, you know, it's not gonna be my highest priority. I don't want to spend all my money on it, so I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen. But I will obviously buy some stuff in Korea and probably start a little collection while I'm there. So I could potentially do a tour for once I get a decent amount in Korea. And then once I move back home, who knows what's gonna happen. I don't really know what I'm doing with my life anymore, where I'm gonna end up living, or what is happening. So we're just gonna have to see how things go. This might be the last collection video for a while. I do plan on taking my photo card binders with me so that I can keep collecting, or I might leave the main binder here, but my Stray Kids one and my Super M, no, I'll leave Super M. No, I'll take I'm not entirely sure. I haven't worked out what I'm going to take with me to Korea, but I will probably take some photo card binders so I can keep collecting and adding to those. But otherwise, all my albums are staying here, and I'm just going to take a couple light sticks for concerts. And yeah, that's it. So that was my shelf tour. I hope you enjoyed. I might try and do an updated photo card collection with all my new binders at some point as well. But yeah, in the meantime, like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want like a full shelf tour or room tour or something. Oh yeah, the top of my bookcases is where I keep all my cosplay wigs, so that's what's up there. And I got these LED lights for Christmas, and they are dotted around the bookcases, which are a cute little touch. So yeah, again, check out my sales accounts where I will be selling a whole bunch of albums. I'll have some NCT, I'll have some Tier 1 and Stray Kids. They'll be super cheap albums sold for like £5 without inclusions. So if you want to get some cheap albums, that is, go to my accounts in the description. I'll also have some like NCT and Wavy photo cards up for sale and for trade, and some Stray Kids stuff up for trade, and a whole bunch of stuff, because I want to try and clear out my collection of like all the spare bits that I don't need before I move to Korea, because I also need some money for the move. So that's why I'm going to be selling some stuff. So yeah, check those links out in the description. And then yeah, I think that's everything. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.